Good morning, happy Tuesday. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you can't afford to lose. Let's go! Buongiorno, Jason. What's up, BT?
G'day, mate.
Hey, good morning. My name is Wayne McDonald. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you very much for being a client. If you are new to these webinars, Traders Way is making it happen. This is a huge benefit to you, hopefully. If it is, please visit TradersWay.com. Open up a trading account today. Demo's all right. You got to start somewhere, but we would like to earn your loyalty and respect. And then when you're ready to trade real money, when you have the skills and confidence to do so, you'll have a foreign exchange brokerage that you feel confident in trading real money with. It's pretty simple. So we want to earn your loyalty and respect today. Give us an opportunity. So today I'll cover technical and fundamental analysis, whatever you possibly can. You can ask me along pretty much anything you want. I've been trading currencies for as long as you can trade currencies as a retail Forex trader. So get involved, ask questions, take notes, and participation is the way to succeed. So good morning, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. It's nice to be back. Oh no! Take that toy away from him. So anyways, nice to have you back. Hope you had a wonderful time. For some reason, I'm exhausted. I have no idea why I'm so exhausted. I woke up tired after a holiday. So anyways. So without further ado, I'm just going to do gold and oil and some dollar pairs, some yen pairs, and all that kind of stuff. I'll probably hit just sort of the regulars. Let me know if you want anything else, but otherwise let's just keep it short and sweet. Also, I'd like to remind you that on Thursday and Friday, I'm in Cambridge, Massachusetts, picking up my macroeconomics degree with honors. I did it! I did it! My GPA went up, not down. I did it. Boom. Dean's List and summa cum laude. So anyways. But that means Thursday and Friday I will not be able to do my webinar, but I'll be back on Monday. Some CMOS? Yeah, that's probably true, baby doll. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Definitely something I worked hard for. Top 10%, baby. Top 10%. I'm hoping maybe top 9.5%. But I just scraped by. So anyways, very cool. All right. So without further ado, let this be going. I might even put these glasses on today. I'm so tired. Yeah, trader enterprise fighter. Yeah, right, Bucky. Smarty pants. So the cool thing is, actually, yeah, whatever. So let's go. Yeah, I got glasses on, so don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Oil going down last week. And we are in an up zone. Okay. And if you're going to sell, let's make this instead of pink, let's make it purplish pink to make it nice and confusing. There's your sell zone. Now, if you're a bull or a bear, you want to play. Oops, I didn't. You want to play off next month's zones. Okay. Try to, this time of month, you want to try to stay in these trades longer if possible, okay? Morning, Mickey. By the way, my professor hated my stats, my statistics paper, and just crushed it. Just hated it. I got a horrible grade, like a B or something on it. Hated it. But the class I hated the most, microeconomics, I got an A. And in Harvard, that's an A+. There is no A+. So my microeconomics saved me in my macroeconomic degree. How funny is that? Damn you, micro, but okay, thank you, micro, too. Yeah, I knew what it was, though. I know the professor made the right decision, and I hired 2 statisticians to review my paper because I'm like, hey, I can't use a chi-square in a situation like this, can I? And they're like, yeah, you can. And I'm like, I don't feel good. And then I realized I probably had a problem with the data set, but I couldn't kind of start over again, but I should have. And I don't know. It's sort of like I saw it coming. I can't blame the dude. I should have just started right over. No, I do not have a Telegram page. Why would I do that? But anyways. So you know what? Actually, I didn't even get feedback. They just popped out the grades. So I don't even know why, but whatever. But I can tell you, it's not surprising. It's disappointing, but it's not surprising. I think the very first mistake was the data set I picked. And from there, it was doomed. Oh, Alex, everything. Which technical analysis brings mistakes? Everything. And the interesting thing is most people use different technical tools and have no idea what they're doing. So they're not even using them right. So that always, no matter, right, like if you use a golf club to go canoeing, it's going to be bad. It doesn't mean the golf club's bad. So anyways, yeah, so most people suck, and it has not anything to do with their tools. They just don't know what they're doing. So anyways, let's take a look. We identified this. We had this busted out as rangy. I think I had a rangy here. Then we have one up here. The idea is if you're a bull, it would work its way up and maybe get to the upper region, okay? And not necessarily continue to go up, but, you know, we have 2 sort of bounded regions, you know. Okay. And in general, the whole thing is just sideways. So, right? So if you're trading up here, your target is down here. Okay? Now, if you're a bear and you had sold from the original top, so let's go this way. So if you're a bear and you sold here and you made it here, that's logical. You can see there was even a little stop in the midpoint. Then back to the midpoint, and then you're probably thinking down, up, down. Okay? Which gives you a trade next week. But then you incorporate that with this week's move. So let's clear everything out. And you would say, oh, well, my trade plan this week is here to here. See how straightforward that is? Yeah, Forex paper is just, you know, a paper to bust out, a week to bust out a good paper. If you start with the wrong data set to begin with, no matter what you do, you're I mean, I don't know. So whatever. I couldn't go back I knew it wasn't quite right, but I threw out the argument and quoted the World Bank and the CDC. So I wrote a beautifully flawed paper, and so far I think at Harvard I have a career of that. Beautifully written, perfectly organized nonsense. All right? And then a bull is going to try something more like this and then just move sideways, right? So you have to ask yourself, which one are you? Okay. The bear is more clear. The bull means just more sideways. So there's just lots of nonsense on these charts, as you can see. And so like nothing, look at this, like nothing's happened on this for 3 weeks now. So that makes technical analysis more and more difficult. Let it move sideways until it breaks. Okay? Let it move sideways until it breaks. Typically, I might show you something and say, well, if you're a bull, you got this kind of thing going on, so maybe, but it's not doing anything. So there's no market. It's dead. It's dead for now. Okay? Probably want to walk away. Euro pound? Sure. Seems like there's a lot of political news going on for both euro and pound right now. And I don't know. We'll take a look. Cool, Ken. Did you install the templates? It might be helpful for you to say what seems to be different. Okay. All right, so if they're installed, I mean, the next thing is, did you close MT4 and start it again? Of course, if you downloaded MT5 instead of MT4, that also might be the issue. You'll be fine. Okay. So here's your pound. See, the thing is, we're hanging out in nomad's land. The only thing I see here, not that it is bearish, but I see a bearish price. But there's nothing bearish here at the moment, right? But if it, right? Let's clear this out. And I hate to even set it up as a bearish trap. So let's do something different. First of all, let's thin this up. All right. So if you were a bull, you would have bought this on Sunday afternoon, Monday morning. So that's a given, right? That's trading 101. So I'm assuming you're already in that. What do you do now? Well, now you would have to wait for it to make a higher high. and then buy a dip. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. I mean, if you're a bear, it's got to reverse down, up, down. Doesn't seem likely at the moment, but yeah, I mean, you could. A bear would look at it this way and then have a trade next week, and this would be their monthly front run. But I don't know if I want to have you guys start doing monthly front runs if you don't know how to, if you don't have a lot of experience. I don't know what to say, Ken. If it works for like 1,000 people, but it doesn't work for you, I don't know what to say. I mean, honestly, I just don't know what to say. You install them, they should work. Blessed Markman, I suggest you take the swing trading course at FX Bootcamp, because instead of me just sort of blurting out an answer that you may fully understand or not fully understand, there's like a 17-hour training program on how to trade with pivots in swing trading. That'd be the thing I'd recommend. Going into summer, I think everyone should focus on their education. Do I ever initiate trades from midpoints? Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's not the secret sauce. Understanding what they're telling you is the secret sauce. So anyway, so I'm looking at this, like this is definitely, euro pound seems to be going up. The trade has already happened, so I don't, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. That sounded like a sort of a pissy answer, but no, it's true, dude. So dive into it, right? Because your question tells me you really don't know, which sounds funny because if you knew, you wouldn't have asked. But it's like I think you can sense it. Like you're sensing there's something there, and you need to know more, and that's why we created the very, very detailed training programs on demand, right? Because there's no way I could sit here every day for 15 years and keep teaching the same thing. So I focus a little more on strategy here, but if you need to know more and more and more and more about tactics, about how to tiptoe into some of these things, that's what that's all about, right? Okay, so anyways, I don't mean to be pissy. I am tired today, so maybe I am pissy. But I don't mean to be. So that's the honest truth. The ugly, honest truth. Ken says, I am placing small shorts on each spike. See, that's terrible trading, Ken. Terrible. Just absolutely terrible. Ken, don't do that. You need to stop. All right. Yes, Czar had a rough few days, huh? What's going on in South Africa? What's going on in South Africa? They're ruining their Czar again. This was across the board against the euro and stuff as well. Pretty big moves. How'd the week start, though? This is the buy zone. This is the exact top of the buy zone. This is the exact bottom of the buy zone. So if you were there when the market opened and you were a bull, that's a pretty easy trade. Here's a second chance if you missed it. And then it's gone. So the question is there enough information besides fundamentals to truly be a bear? Well, we give it an extra click, or not a bear, sorry, a bull. Give it an extra click, and you can see, yeah, there's enough data here. If you're trading this, oops, if you're trading this as a bull, right? These are great moves. So last week, this was the first opportunity to buy. This is the second, or let's say, first price to buy, second price to buy. Only if you're a bull, of course. And so we hit that last week, made the higher high. Now, it wasn't a great week, but we ended the week higher than where we started. So that means the central is going to move up. And then this week, this was the buy price, and this was the buy price. Okay. And once again, just another simple swing, up, down. But this time we got some lift. Okay. So now, if you're a trader trading South African Rand, okay, you have to ask yourself, is this a weekly trade? So if you're doing a weekly swing trade, which this in of itself is, then you need to take your profit right now. Okay, you were supposed to get out here. If you're a weekly swing trader, and this was your weekly swing. Okay, that trade is done if all you're doing is weekly swinging, which is fine. One of the reasons you're supposed to get out is that right here sets up a counter trend. So if you're still in it and you're like, well, maybe it goes higher, maybe, no, you don't know how to trade. You're supposed to take profit here. You're setting yourself up for being long in a counter trend trade. So be happy that you bought here and your target at the time was here. So you're there, take your profit, be done with it. But what if you're looking at it from a higher time frame? So let's do that. Okay. And let me squeeze this in. The monthly trade plan for USD ZAR, if you're a bull, was buying down here. That's probably why I have this all marked out for you. Okay. And on that particular week, this was a buy. Right here was a buy for that week. And this was also a buy for that month. And the target was way up here. But we're at the end of the month, and look who's waiting for us. Okay, so now you can really see this counter trend potentially setting up. Now, it might do this, that's fine, but you don't know that now, and if you're sitting on profit and you're not managing your risk, then you're not doing your job. Okay? Well, the thing with South Africa, guys, is it needs exporting. It needs exports. It needs to export. And so anytime like there's a macro, concern, the macro is literally trade, the trade war. And you're like, well, the trade war is between China and the United States. Well, look, all of it is bad if there's less trading in general. Okay? And South Africa desperately relies on trade. So if anything slows down global trade in general, South Africa is going to get a cold. Okay? So if macro sneezes, South Africa gets a cold. But then South Africa has other problems too, but wouldn't be affecting the price today. WTI, this is interesting. So will oil work its way up? That's a big question. So WTI, in a very similar fashion to South African Rand, when macroeconomic expectations are good, oil goes up. When macroeconomic expectations are bad, oil comes down. So USD ZAR going up is, to me, the exact same as WTI going down. Same. Is this Louis Vuitton? Same. These are real Louis Vuitton shoes for $30. Yes, same. That's amazing. $1,200 shoes for $30. Are you sure they're real? Yes, same. You buy now. I don't know. They might be fake. I think they might be fake. Alex asks a question that, we don't have time for. It's a great question. Are there any other African countries you think will promise for development? There's a book written, and I can't think of the dude's name. I don't think he won a Nobel Prize or anything, but he's a legit economist. I can't remember. It has something to do with how to manage a dictatorship. And I'm sure you can't help but think of many African countries. You should try to find it. It came out like 10, 12 years ago. So what are the politics and economics of running a dictatorship? It's very interesting. Killing me softly with your song. Yeah, so WTI, you're like, what's it doing? You've already missed the swing, but it's a counter swing. So I can see all the bears, and I assume you do too. There's like tons of bears sitting right in here. Rawr, rawr, rawr. But that might be next week's trade. We don't know. So I guess as an example of what you should be doing, I would have it kind of set up like that. I'd kind of have it set up like this. And the first one is much more attractive than the second one if you're a bear. Killing me softly with his song, tearing my whole life with his words. Killing me softly with his song. So that's where we live right now, in the middle of the range, still technically more bearish and in a downward channel. So how would you feel about something, generally speaking, like this? Do you know the book? Someone has a book linked to maybe Amazon or something. I can verify it. I've only read parts of it. By the way, I'm seriously thinking about doing that. I don't know if it's a class, more like a book group, book club, where we read the entire history of economics together. think I said I would start with Machiavelli, but I think I'll go even farther back to, I think we'll start around just before the Black Plague in Europe. So anyways, so there's my thought on gold. Yeah, we'll do peso. Yeah. Wintrobe. Okay. Is this the type of trend you want to invest in? I've been saying this now for over a month. But when you're analyzing the markets, you're looking for opportunities to make money. Ideally, easy opportunities to make good money, right? Low risk, reasonable return, right? And so when you're analyzing the foreign exchange market, looking for opportunities for speculation, does this really scream at you like, oh my God, look at all that free money? But it didn't to me over the last 5 weeks. And now looking at it, I might have made the right decision to just kind of ignore it. Now, there's some smaller trades in there, of course, but you're taking that with a higher level of risk, because if you find another chart with a trend, you'll be better off. Okay, so let's see. That's a projected, like that's a trade. Here to here was a trade, didn't live fully. This to this was a trade. This is a mess. And then I guess if you're a bull this week, that's it. If you're a bear this week, that's it. So there's stuff going on, but remember, this is all relative. Like, you must have been able to find something better to consider over those 5 weeks than that, is all I'm saying. Your job isn't to find trades. Your job is to make money while managing risk. Okay. Okay. Now, do you guys remember this trade? This is compared to your euro-dollar trade, right? Euro-dollar did nothing, and I said, look, you probably shouldn't trade it. On this one, what I said was, when we're down here, you should sell it up here. That was a better trade. Okay. Not only did it make more pips, which is sort of irrelevant, the entry and exits, as predicted, were, sell here, exit here. Is it perfect? No. But if you took your profit at S2 and you sold up here at the cluster of monthly and weekly, you probably did quite good. But more importantly, it did what you expected it to do. So even if you got out here at that black line, it only, it didn't do much after, because everyone else also got out, as they were also supposed to do. So the question is, if you didn't get out and everyone else did, what was wrong with you? Because remember, we're not trying to beat the market, we're trying to be the market, right? So just as planned, as Chris says, is what we're looking for. Remember, you're trying to be consistent in an inconsistent market. So if you're not consistent in an inconsistent market, there's no way you can have consistent results. So anyways, if you're a bear, you would consider that. Although in my experience, that doesn't work very well, but it's still playable. Okay, where are the prices that bulls would buy? Well, in this case, a bull would buy that. And then for the month, they're buying that. So I suppose you need to be a little cognizant of it. But right now, the trend is still down. Okay. And there's a ways to go before we declare this bullish, right? So we would need sort of a, let's make this week. Let's make this a bullish week, but even then we're going to get there, and then there's going to be a sideways, and then you'd need to buy kind of here, okay? And that is next week. So I would be very cautious as a bull until next week. Yeah, PS says there's a lot of technical reading in the IMF stuff. The interesting thing about the IMF, I did a macro class with them, and I studied their math a little bit, and they have their own math, their own style of fuzzy logic, and it's really interesting. So you have to take that also with a grain of salt, that the IMF, the math of the IMF's economics, is a little different than everyone else's math. And they're trying to do something a little bit different, so they don't hide that fact. So maybe some of their reports can get wonky, but it's because an economist will care about the difference in let's say traditional mathematics or econometrics, if you will, versus what they're doing, and these nuances are important. Economist to economist, right? If that makes sense. But it's something that you should probably do. You know, if you're a math person, maybe learn more about the IMF style of economics and econometrics. All right, so peso, we got a request for peso. Okay, so let's talk about this. Mexican peso. What we're looking for is a flow trade. It's not technically, so it's not a technical trade, but we're using technical analysis as well. So one of the important things is the clock. Okay. And then specifically how much time between the beginning of the month we are, right? So it seems to me like this is the end of the month, right? Okay. You want to get as close to that as possible, and then if you're at resistance and it starts to fall, then you short. The reason you short is there is a $2.67 billion trade that day. Somewhere around here. And it's short. Okay? So you're trading that flow. There's a $2.67 billion short trade that's going to be entered somewhere in that black box. So if you were to be short here, you might benefit. Because your trade might look like this. You see what I mean? So selling here is probably too early. up here where there's resistance and you're closer, okay? But from the first to the first Friday, that $2.67 billion cash trade is going to happen. Yeah, who does Yen's been strengthening for a while. But you said Swiss yen, and yeah, I would never trade this. No, it says Aussie CAD. Did I click on the wrong one? No. Why do they all say Aussie CAD? Weird. All right, let's change this. So yes, I do have this chart on in my profiles, but it's not for trading. Okay? It's not for trading. I have it for analysis, but not for trading. So when I make a decision, it doesn't matter if I'm a bull or a bear bias-wise, I'm still analyzing whether the market is in risk on or risk off mode. In either case, if it's risk on, I want to know which one's weaker, Swissy or yen. Or the opposite, in opposite conditions, I want to know which one's stronger, Swissy or yen. So this is only for relative strength, and that's why you see like plus or minus next to it. Euro pound, I don't trade euro pound. Swissy yen, I don't trade Swissy yen, but I watch them because there are times when I need to know which one is stronger or which one's weaker. A Forex Pipper, I made a whole video on it on YouTube. I think it's like a 25-minute, right? So type in YouTube, how to trade the Mexican peso and why it works, Wayne McDonald. It's probably on the Trader's Way YouTube channel, not Forex.Today YouTube channel, but just type it in. Right, that's what it's all about. That's why I made a video. So anyways, I just want to bring that up. Somebody asked a question about Swissy yen. Like, okay, I don't trade Swissy yen, but I can tell you, let's say on this time frame, okay, yen has been stronger than the Swissy. So, for example, if I was selling euro, I'd sell euro yen first. Okay. Okay, Hoodoo? That's how I use this. I'm not going to trade Swissy yen against each other because most of the time they're about the same. Okay? Most of the time they're generally the same. Therefore, you might make money, but you won't make as much money as you could have trading something else. So you could, let's say, trade this down and say, ha, I made money selling the Swissy yen. But I might make 5 times more money selling the euro yen. Okay? No, it's for relative strength, guys. It's for relative strength. Oh, thank you for subscribing, guys. I appreciate that. Right? Cheers to you. It's raining money in here. Yeah! Nice. Gotta love the raining money, huh? Just never stops. Never stops. Tell it to. Yeah. Cool. All right, so Kiwi stronger than euro. Euro stronger than pound. Aussie stronger than euro. Swissy stronger than euro. And we know yen is stronger than euro. So what can we learn from this? The Great British Pound sucks. You see how that works, guys? Kiwi stronger than euro. Aussie stronger than euro. Swissy stronger than euro. Yen is stronger than euro. Pound sucks. So you'd actually be better selling pound Kiwi, pound Aussie, pound Swissy, pound yen, pound probably, pound dollar. And then once you get all those trades in, then do euro Kiwi, euro Aussie, euro Swissy shorts, right? Euro dollar short, euro yen short. You see what I mean? But I would start with the pound first. That's what this shows me. And yet we're analyzing euro. But I'm doing a relative strength exercise, so, right? So it tells me a lot. Yeah, thank you, Forex Pipper. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, would you guys please leave a like, and then once you're watching the video, or if you're watching the video in the future, make sure you leave a comment, even if it's just hi. Okay. Okay. All right. So so now we can look at pound and see the world of pound. Down, 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 right? And sideways. So what did we learn? CAD sucks too. This world, do. So what do you think about CAD and yen? Let's pull this up. What do you think? Well, the day is done. So first thought. So you should already be setting up tomorrow's short trade. What else do we have? Okay. So that's all I see. It's pretty straightforward. You had a sell opportunity and it's now done. So I wouldn't even trade this at all. But tomorrow, it kind of looks like this. But we are on support, so you got to be careful. Okay. I think we started with oil. I want to check something. Hang on. I'm typing. How funny. That's funny. I'm typing so all the sounds are going off. Oh, they're on fire. Oh, yeah, cool. So I added a new feature, guys. When I started the webinar today, it automatically sent out a tweet. So the webinar started 50 minutes and 40 seconds ago. And this says 50 minutes ago I sent out a tweet. So if you'd like that notification, because a lot of people say, hey man, I don't get YouTube notifications, or they come in 2 hours late or whatnot. If you prefer, I created that solution for you. And then it'll tell you when the video has posted to YouTube if you want to watch reviews. So feel free to use Twitter for a notification system. Sound good? So I'll have to add that to my daily thing. I have to say, hey, subscribe to the Twitter, subscribe to my Twitter feed to get automatic notifications. But anyways. Cool, right on, guys. Well, Ken, pound Swissy, like, I don't know if it would even be a good carry trade. But we can look at Pissy specifically. I thought I had it isolated. I don't seem to. Okay. Now, the first thing is you need this to go up to be a carry trade. So that doesn't look like good conditions for a carry trade, right? But let's still look at it. So we can go pound Swissy. So if you're if you're long, you're gonna make 100%. If you're short, you're gonna lose 1,000% per year. Okay, 100% is pretty good. But what if you did like USD Swiss franc? You'd make 336%. Okay. So you have to wait until you see it turn bullish and then get in on it and sit on it. But dollar seems more stable than pound, right? But because you want to be in it long term, I mean, if you buy something that's falling, you're going to get stopped out over and over and over again. And the interest isn't enough to cover your pips. Losing pips will destroy your carry. So you got to get long and stay long forever. Yeah, but Ken, you're talking about the US dollar versus like the Great British Pound, which, you know, is falling off the face of the earth. So, yes, I agree with you. US dollar doesn't look bullish, but you're comparing it to the pound. So, okay, so then my counter argument is then, okay, does that look down? Yes. then my USD Swiss franc has a better shot than your pound Swiss franc. Okay? Is that a great swing trade, guys? Gorgeous. Yeah. If Forex is relative, you always have to compare it to something. It's not an absolute thing. You're not just buying US dollar, you're selling something else, right? So it's always relative. I don't really associate anything with gold right now. Okay, gold to me for a long time, for many years, was Australian dollar. And then gold for me for many years was South African rand. Then gold for a while was even Swiss franc. But yeah, I wouldn't say that that's true at all anymore. So yeah, I traded just in of itself, it seems. So yeah, I don't associate it with any currency. I was trying to look, I wanted to double check just to make sure what I was saying reflected what I think. And then I look back at it, yeah, like it's not doing anything. So I have no idea, baby doll. You click a button. What happens when you click a button? The button, does it not do anything? I mean, it downloads the file. But I will be doing it today. I'll probably, well, I might not even have time. But I'm going to try to install my new machine today. And then the first thing I will have to do is download MT4. The second thing I'm going to have to do is download my chart templates from the same files that you guys download. I'm not trading USD Turkish Lira, but I'm trading Euro Turkish Lira, so I guess I can bring that up. High yield exotics. And here. So I'm not trading dollar, but clear. But I have one trade. Let's highlight it. I guess this way. So I have one trade here. And I have a second trade here. You know what? Why don't we do it this way? It's hard to see. Change the template to. Can I do just naked? What about naked? There we go. But that's Euro Lira. Nice Twitter feed. Thank you, JL. Yeah, I think there's, what, 22,000 subscribers? Travis says, great interest rate. Well, let's define that. Euro, Turkish lira. I'm making almost 1,800% per year. 1,750% interest per year, plus pips. So yeah, I guess it's great. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess some people would call that a good ROI. Sure. Yeah. Do I think Bitcoin will hit $100,000? Let me think about it. No. I think the future of technology and money is on Bitcoin. I think it's blockchain. Yes. Is it Bitcoin? No. But, I have a son with a math and engineering mind. He's in the Genius program and accelerated math and accelerated science and technology. And he's a state champion in Science Olympiad 2 years in a row. And, competed in state championship, I think, 3 times for robotics. I would probably recommend, and he learned how to program Java when he was 7. So I would recommend that he learn blockchain. I think that'd be an interesting field for him to go in when he gets closer to university level. Tiago, the first stock I ever bought was Apple, and I paid $6 per share. I sold it after Steve Jobs died. I bought Bank of America at $5. I don't know. But no, I was a venture capitalist. So from my point of view, only a fool would buy stock. Who the hell would pay $1,000 a share for a stock? or $100 a share for a stock? Like, it just makes no sense. If I would pay, 18 pennies, who would buy it for me for $100? So anyways, it's just how it works. No. It's not necessarily. Farhad says, if not Bitcoin, what else? No, I'm not talking about currencies. Okay. I'm talking the technology of blockchain. So I don't know anything about any of these currencies. But blockchain is the future, there's no doubt. So when I can buy or sell a Bitcoin, convert it to cash, and then send the cash to my bank and do the whole round trip in like 2 hours, the cash is in my bank account, versus, if someone was, send me 25 grand in cash, how long does that take? If someone wire me cash, from another country by the time the cash is in my account. It's days. And what bothers me most about those situations is if it's a foreign exchange trade, the bank absolutely rapes their customers on the exchange conversion. Like, it's so horrible, and they do it on purpose. They're like, we're going to screw all our customers. And I've always taken great offense to that. Great offense and furious anger. Fire, fire. It makes me so mad. So for blockchain to come over and like do it better than the stupid banking system, yeah. Okay. Now imagine you're a large institutional company. You do business all around the world, and you need to move tens of millions of dollars at a time. Like, hey boss, send me 25 million. I need to build a factory. Okay, 25 million. How long does it take, and what conversions do I get, and all that kind of stuff, and the hoops I have to jump through? It's just an absolute nightmare, and it slows economics down. I'm a huge fan of capitalism. So if blockchain, if I can go, okay, my employee is going to build me a factory in India. I need to send him $25 million and exchange it into rupee. Okay, you need 25 million? There. Okay, got it. Thank you, boss. Done, right? Like, that's what I need. That's what capitalism needs. That's the future of the world. Is it Bitcoin? I don't know anything about Bitcoin. Okay? Alex says any service has to be paid for. Agreed. But the conversion is so bad, it's way beyond paying for a service. It's egregious. Okay? XRP. I don't know what XRP is. Okay. So if banks, so here's how I look at it. If banks are doing things poorly or have high costs in servicing me, then there's an inefficiency. And as an entrepreneur and as a capitalist, inefficiencies need to be fixed. Okay? Okay? So blockchain is going to fix it, but blockchain is going to do like, here's another stupid thing. In America, let's say you buy a house. Did you know there's like this much paperwork? There's like, no joke, 50 pages. Initial, sign. Next, official, sign. Next, And it's mostly stuff that no one cares about, and it's government forced crap that nobody cares about. It's all just nonsense. Nobody reads it. Like, the whole point is for you to inform your people, whatever the regulation is, right? So if absolutely nobody reads the paperwork, thousands of houses are sold every day in America. And they sign up 50 pieces of paper by hand without reading anything. And this one is from the Fair Housing Commission. Wayne McDonald, WM. And this one says that you're going to have, okay, and then this one says, okay, great. And this is and you go through all this crap, and it's meaningless mumbo jumbo bullshit that is just a waste of time. So there should be like blockchain behind it where you can just give me your house, dude. Just give me your house. Boom, right over the phone. No real estate agent. No in-between middleman, no title searches, no nothing, not paying that person 3% and that person 3% and then $1,000 for that. It should just be like, I'm going to buy your house now, dude. And then I go, boom, all right, it's my house. All been taken care of for. Like that's what blockchain is going to be in the future for all kinds of things. So The money is in your account. The title is my possession. This is legally my house. Goodbye. Right? And it's as complicated as calling Uber. How much do you want for your house? 3.2 million. How about 3.0 million? How about 3.1 million? All right, let's meet in the middle. How about 3,050,000? Okay, sounds good, right? Shake on it? Yeah. Okay, right? Boom. All right, I own it. Get the hell out. Thank you for your money. Nice doing business with you. Right? That's where the world needs to be. So anyways, I digress. So let's call it a day. I got a lot to do before I go, So tomorrow I will do a webinar. Thursday, no webinar. Friday, no webinar. Okay. But I'll come back an expert, a certified expert. How interesting is that? Certified expert, baby. Certified expert. Ba 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 ba. Cool, right? Beep. Certified expert. So it's nice to put those things on your LinkedIn profile. So bust that out. But of course, the whole reason I'm doing this is not the whole reason, but one of the major reasons I'm doing this is to be an inspiration to my children as they go through school. My son has nothing but A+. My daughter has all A+ except math, and I think she got a B+. And we're struggling with that, but we're working hard. But they're doing advanced elite classes with extra homework, and they're on these big teams, and they're doing big things. And so they're well on their way. But while they're studying hard day and night, I'm studying hard day and night, working on charts, but working on Harvard. So it's really something on Thursday when I'm sitting, sitting with the entire school, well, all the schools, right? And my mom and dad being there, and my son and my daughter being there, and Angela Merkel is speaking, and there's choirs, and they get to see all the different presidents of the schools of the university, and and they say, over here, we confer, we have the medical school, and we have the business school, and we have the law school, right? And I get to stand up, and I do my thing, and everybody does their thing, and off we go. And I'll come back as part of the Society of Educated Persons. And that's pretty neat. So I'm really looking forward to this week, being meaningful to my parents, but also being meaningful to my children. And for me, whatever, just doing my job, just trying to be a half-decent son and a half-decent dad, right? So anyways, I will see you tomorrow. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. And I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for being on my team. Cheers.